Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Come to help the Muslims see for themselves and decide and leave Islam. So the Ismaili Shias, the Twelver Shias, Bori Shias, all of you are welcome here, right? And so now let's see if you'll say Ali Maula Maula, the Shia especially. So uh, I left off somewhere here, Yusuf's story, right, in Surah Yusuf, but then again, for now, just highlighting or going through this where I started off from my previous live stream. Ismaili Shia, same as 12er Shia, in the belief of Tawhid of Allah. Imam Ali also explains the Tawhid of Allah in Sermon 1, Najul Balagha, that is here. So the Ismailis say God is beyond all philosophical and metaphysical categories, right? So spiritual, material, attributes, even his attributes and substance, accident, all this, existence, essence. God is above. So thus, God is above existence and not non-existent. This is the SmileyNosis.com on Ismaili Tawhid. Same as Shias because they explain Imam Ali's explanation. They give Imam Ali's explanation on Allah's Tawheed. Whoever, so this is from Najul Balagha, Sermon 1. Whoever said in what is He, meaning Allah, held that He is contained. So we get this from Surah 43, Ayat 84. Allah says Himself, and it is He, i.e., Allah, meaning who is deity in the heaven, no, in heaven and on the earth, right? Deity. So He is a deity in the heaven and on earth. You can see, and fi means in. So this is Sahih International's translation of Surah 43 at 84. We finished Imam Ali's Tawheed on this because Imam Ali says here in Sermon 1 what he said, and I've read out in what he is, held that he is contained. And even if it is like something like on, whoever said on what he is Allah, held he is not on something else. This would also be shirk, according to Imam Ali. Holding that he is not on something else. You can't even say that. So you can't say on what he is. That would be like holding him to what he is not on, right? Or that held he is not on something else, like Imam Ali puts it, and it's an English translation. So taking Surah 43, Ayat 84 again, Maududi's translation, He it is who is God in the heavens and the earth. Right, so He is most wise, the all-knowing is not important. This part of the ayat is not important, but why would He put it like this? He is the most wise and the all-knowing. After this, His ayats, His attributes, why would He put that in this ayat? And Yusuf Ali's translation also, see, it is He, meaning God, Allah, who is Allah in heaven, He's in heaven, and Allah on earth. So if you say He is on something, on the earth, on what is He, held He is not on something else. So He's on that and not on something else. He's on something and not on something else. On what is He, held He is not on something else but this. So if you say He's on the earth, then you've held that He's not on something else but on earth. So that would also be shirk. and so destroys Tawhid, the way Imam Ali explains Allah, what Allah is and what He isn't, and thus beyond existence, the way the Ismaili scholars and all have put it, right? And even the Imam. It's gone now. Islam is totally finished from Imam Ali's side on this, right? Tawheed is finished. Then the okay, in the heaven, as-samawati, as-sama, okay, in the heaven and in the earth. Fi as-sama, as-sama, illahun, a deity, him, or the way Maududi, no, sorry, Sahih International puts it, and it is he who is deity, illahun, he's a deity in the heaven. He himself says in the Quran, this is a Quran ayat, just so Najul Balagha from Imam Ali and the Ismaili Tawhid, gone, right? Look at it, please. So, and fi or fi is in, meaning in English. So Surah 4, Ayat 131. All that is in the heavens and all that is in the earth belongs to Allah. And then skipping some, and then in the heavens and all that is in the earth belongs to Allah again. Then bear in mind that all that is in the heavens. So fi is in. So this just reconfirming the ayat, Surah 43, ayat 84, that Allah is in the heaven and in the earth or on the earth. Doesn't really make much of a difference. So another question to ask yourselves, Muslims, is what is worship and what does associating with Allah mean? Does association with Allah mean taking others to worship them with Allah? Does associating with Allah mean not sharing Allah's attributes with anyone? This also would be associating with Him, just not worshipping Allah. So, like Shia commentary explains in Surah 112, Ayat 1, is the we have to ask also this: is the Quran clear about this? Let's see. Let's figure out through Quran ayats what Allah means by not associating with Allah. Right. So, does associating with Allah mean not sharing Allah's attributes with anyone or worshipping Him with others? Right? Did I see this properly? And again, does association with Allah mean taking others to worship them with Allah, or even His attributes cannot be shared with another? Let's put it this way in short. So this I will be showing you through mostly Surah Yusuf ayats 2 this time. And so some ayats from other surahs. Okay, so now Ahad. So say Allah is one. Kul Huwallahu Ahad. Surah 112 ayat 1. So this part of the Shia commentary is important, Puya Ali commentary, or he who has no second to share in his divinity, nor in his essence, nor in his attributes. Right? So no one can share in his attributes even, not only in his divinity, nor only in his essence, but also in his attributes. Allah's attributes, no one can have a share in that. This is explained under Surah 112, Ayat 1 by Puya Ali commentary in Multilingual Quran. Thank you, Shia Quran website to Multilingual Quran. So much. Thank you so much. And so Surah 59, Ayat 23, He is Allah, there is no God but He, the King, the Holy, the All-Peace, the Giver of security, the Overseer, the Most Mighty, the Overpowering, the All-Great. Exalted be He from whatever they associate with Him. Now you see, the reason why this ayat I've given is because it explains, right? that even it's implied by Allah saying this in the end, exalted be he from whatever they associate with him. So he's given his attributes. First he says he's Allah, and then he gives, there is no God but he, and then he gives his attributes, meaning no one can have a share in his attributes. Because the end, exalted be he from whatever they associate with him. So whoever gives these attributes to him would be doing, would be a polytheist, right? Mushrik. Now, one of the two attributes from here, Allah's attributes I will be taking, Al-Maliku or Maliku, Al-Malik, and Al-Aziz, right? And then explaining to you through Surah Yusuf ayats, who is the king and who is the Aziz. So he's given his attributes to the king of Egypt, and Yusuf also takes it, Al-Aziz. They start to call him Al-Aziz when Yusuf becomes the treasurer of the king. They call him Al-Aziz, and the king is called Al-Malik or Malik, however you may pronounce it. So this ayat implies that no one has a share with Allah in his attributes. Again, footnotes of Sahih International explained, right? So Surah 42 in Surah 42 ayat 11, he is the creator of the heavens and the earth. He has made for you from yourselves mates, and among the cattle mates. He multiplies you thereby. There is nothing like unto him, and he is the hearing, the seeing. What does this mean? There is nothing like unto him in this ayat, Surah 42 ayat 11. Footnote by Sahih International, there is no similarity whatsoever between the creator and his creation, in essence, in attributes, or in deed. However, that ayat above the one I read out first, that Allah is in the heavens, in the heaven and the earth, and in Allah is a deity in the heaven and in the earth, or Allah is in the earth, in the heaven and in the earth. That's it. If he's in it, then he's part of his creation, right? This also. So anyhow, I took the hard way now, taking the hard way from some Quran ayats to show you that even his attributes he shares. However, Tawhid is finished. Because Sahih International saying this in Surah 42 ayat 11, thanks to Quran.com, in the footnote, so this ayat this ayat finishes Tawhid then. Surah for the Sunnis also, for the Quran onlys also. Surah 43 ayat 84. Right? Quran onlys, am I sure about that or not? The Sunnis who take the footnotes and explanations of their religious scholars on this, Quran, Sunni, then Islam is finished. Sunni Islam and also Shia Islam is finished. See, Ali, Wale, Ali, Shias of Ali, Muslim Shias. Another question, so this is done. So again, footnotes of Say International, there is nothing like unto him. Not meaning nothing like unto him, but he is in his creation would mean that that would be shirk, right? That would be his part of that would be pantheism, or that would be shirk, wouldn't it? He's in his creation, not apart from his creation. So saying that he's a creator, nothing like unto him, but then he's in his creation. Anyhow, let it sink in, let it sink in. Surah 12, ayat 106. And most of them believe in Allah only when they associate others with him. Maududi always puts in his divinity. This is Maududi's translation, and I have the footnote again. So that is this part explained. As they associate others with him. That is, they do not deny the existence of God, but they believe that there are other deities who are also partners in his being, his attributes, his powers, and his rights. In his being, and he's in Allah is in earth, in the heaven, and in the earth. That ayat. And for the life of me, I can't remember the surah number and the ayat number. 43, Surah 43 at 84. He is in the heavens and earth. This brings, this makes him, this makes him a pantheistic God, right? So this, and so if you can tell me that now, even now, come here and tell me that I have been misguiding you, and I'm misguided myself, would that be fair to me? Then you really don't want to help, right? To find the truth and help your Muslims leave it, find out for themselves. Since I don't know why you cannot find out for yourself and see for yourself this that I've been showing you again and again for so many years now. So now his attribute is Al Malik Al Aziz, and this who is the Malik? This ayat implies that no one has a share with Allah in his attributes. This ayat, okay, Surah 42 ayat 11, and again footnotes of this, and then we were, where else were we? Surah 12 ayat 106, right? Most of them believe in Allah. They are believers in Allah. And so if you say Abraham was a Muslim, well, he submitted his will, or he submitted to Allah. But then believers, most of them are mushriks, polytheists, meaning they associate others with him. Remember that, Surah 12, ayat 106, the Surah Yusuf ayat. Thanks to a Shia who recently I found this ayat from, right? His Shia website, from the Shia website, his transcript from his lecture. So, can it be all you would say, or is even if like there are no other deities who are also partners in his being or in his attributes? It should be, or his powers and or his rights, or is it all together? So no, even one of his attributes, because he's given only some of his attributes here to tell you, exalted be he from whatever they associate with him. You see, he's given the king, the most mighty. So if you have that in your mind about this, footnotes, this Surah 12, ayat 106, what Maududi has said, that, so you would say, no, it's, I changed my mind, because then it's all. It's in his being. Oh, he can share some of his attributes. That's okay with another human being or any entity, and his powers and his rights, but not his being, maybe. So, whatever you say, the Muslims are misguided, and there's conflict and all this. However, on this point, back to this point, can you say this when this ayat gives you, Allah Himself gives you certain of His attributes, not all, and He is Allah. He says that He is Allah. There is no God but He. Does it mean that He, in His being, He is Allah when He says that in His being there's no one like Him? But this ayat tells us that not only He's given some of the attributes, not all, remember that, but that giving some of the attributes, He said, exalted be He from whatever they associate with Him, right? And the sum of these attributes He has given here, He has shared with human beings, like the king in Surah Yusuf, like Al-Aziz also he's called in Surah Yusuf. Like the Lord he's called in Surah Yusuf, which we will be coming to. So remember that ayat also on Lord, that you say no, this then, you mistranslate, misrepresent Surah Tawbah ayat, that Masih ibn Maryam, when Rob Christian was showing that Masih ibn Maryam should be taken with Allah, is taken. Allah says he is Lord with me, but just not to take the priests and the monks, the rabbis and the monks, Christian monks, priests, Christian priests, as lords, but Masih ibn Maryam should be taken as Lord with Allah. So there's a stark contradiction and a misrepresentation of that ayat. Anyhow, this also, so Lord and all, this ayat implies that no one has a share with Allah and His attributes also, right? So some of His attributes, I'm taking some. Then we go back to, which ayat was I on? Surah 12, ayat 106. So if you see and, meaning taking the unity of His attributes, His being, His powers, and His rights all together, that would be wrong. Because then you would be going against that Quran ayat, where He gives some of His attributes and says, exalted is He, that they should associate anyone with Him. So Surah 12 ayat 40 tells you legislation also, al-hukma, is not but for Allah. How is it put? I'll just read it out. And thus Allah has commanded you to worship Him. This part would imply Allah's hukum cannot be shared with anyone, right? Would it imply this? Surah 12, ayat 40. Look, I'm going to read it out. You worship not besides Him except names you have named them. You and your fathers, for which Allah has sent down no evidence. This now is not authority, permission, it's evidence or sanction. They say it's the word is sultan. Sultan. Right here. Sultanan, right? So the word meanings also change somehow from one ayat to another. So sending, where is it now? So Allah has sent down no evidence. Maududi says any sanction for them. Look at this. And down no authority. Yusuf Ali, better for sultanan. And then legislation, hukum, al-hukum, is not but for Allah. He has commanded that you worship not except Him. That is the correct religion. But most of the people do not know. Let's see if what I said here, legislation al-hukma or hukum is not but for Allah, right? Legislation is not but for Allah. So all authority to govern rests only with Allah. All authority. Jamian? What is it? No, no, not Jamian, but all authority. This is the translation of your Quran, Muslim. All authority to govern Maududi. All authority to govern rests only with Allah. All authority. So some authority can give. The command is, Yusuf Ali puts it, that at this part, the command is for none but Allah. The command, meaning the hukum. Al-hukum is for none but Allah. It's His attribute also. And He hath commanded that you worship none but Him. This would mean, and it's sometimes, I don't know, full stop, sometimes colon, would mean that His command is, His hukum is none but for Him, and that with that He has also commanded you that you worship none but Him. So no one can give you that hukum, right? You would say to read this ayat in context. Huh? You would say here, read this ayat in context. But you see, can you, should you do that, right? Should you do this? Because other ayats, then you see, he said that it means, the other ayats imply that, like that one, associating others, even as attributes to others, would be associating with him others, right? So let's see. Maybe you say that, read this in context. The command is for none but Allah, and semicolon, meaning Yusuf Ali, the way Yusuf Ali puts it, would be, he had commanded that you worship none but him. That on this is the commandment, but if it is on this the commandment that that you should worship none but him, then another one, Maududi has put as full stop here. All authority to govern rests only with Allah. He has put like this. Anyways, Maududi puts like in his divinity not to worship, whatever that means. But let's see, Sahih International. Legislation again, the authority, all authority or legislation is not but for Allah. Full stop. So which one are you going to take? And then it's going to make a difference if you take Yusuf Ali and even your own Sahih International and Maududi. But then read the Quran ayat if you know Arabic and what it really means. Anyhow, the Sultanan, okay, carry on. Okay, you can try to make up your mind which translation you're going to take. And so it will make a difference. It does make a difference, right? Here it would mean that his command is that you worship none but him. And that's why this command is for none but, the command is for none but Allah. Now saying it, putting it generally like this and saying he had commanded you worship none but him, really could have put it in a better way. So this Yusuf Ali translation, or no, the Quran itself, the ayat is not clear. So you see, we can't blame Abul Ala Maududi, we can't blame Sahih International, we can't blame Abdullah Yusuf Ali. Abdullah, right? Yusuf Ali. So this problem. Now, okay, so the command is for none but Allah, right? He doesn't say on this, but then he gives you, he had commanded that you worship none but him. It's not that his command is for none but him on this. No, he hasn't put it well then, right? Allah hasn't put it well. I'm not blaming Yusuf Ali or anyone on this. Of course, they're going to be confused on that, this ayat. So now we go on. You can think about it. But in Surah 3, ayat 79, Allah has given, there are more contradictions and all this when we go. Many I've given previously and now from other ayats, you can see. But in Surah 33, ayat 79, Allah has given us al-hukmah, legislation to his prophets. So here again, what has he done? Association of his attribute and limiting, perhaps. Surah 3 at 79, it does not befit a man that Allah should grant him his book and sound judgment, meaning al-hukmah. Wal hukmah, right? And prophethood. So there you go. So I'm not going to read the whole ayat. I wanted to summarize it, but it seems like it's gone in details again. So al-hukmah is given. So Allah grants his hukm to the prophets, but the hukm is for none but Allah. In Surah 12, ayat 4, he is stated. That's contradiction. With his sultanan also, the authority or evidence, Allah does the same by giving it to Moses. Surah 40, ayat 23. Verily we sent Moses with our signs and a clear authority, sultanan mubin. You see, this is a share. So without authority, Sultan, no one can go beyond heavens and earth. I read out the Sufi Live from the Sufi Live website on this. So you have to take, they say that you have to take Prophet Muhammad to go higher and higher in spirituality and, all that. So Surah 55, I 33, and be annihilated, and then what's the other word? You know, burnt in this, and then come out of that. So you need Prophet Muhammad through him to go. So, but Allah says here in Surah 55, Surah Rahman, ayat 33, O company of jinn and mankind, if you are able to pass beyond the regions of the heavens and the earth, then pass. You will not pass except by authority from Allah, meaning, right? So this time I took Sahih International translation of this ayat, better. Be Sultan. Allah, okay. So you will not pass except by authority from Allah. This authority could be Prophet Muhammad. Taking the Sufi website, how they explain, I'm not going there anymore, not in this live stream. So, anyways, I just mentioned that. Yet, let's see another thing, right, from this be a sultan. Yet, Allah gives this power, sultan, to Moses, Surah 40, ayat 23, which I read out before this ayat. And to his messengers, he's given salih. So, some say the salih, when I was looking at the word meaning, the sultan can be spelled as salih. So, not prayer here, they've changed it now to salih. I mean, to authority to sultan, meaning sultan. But okay, so let's see. Let's take this, whatever they say. Go with them. Surah 49, ayat 6. But Allah grants authority to his messengers over whomsoever he pleases. I've done a thorough, a detailed explanation of this ayat, saying that, you've got to pray to Rasulullah because he's given him, taken from them, and bestowed spoils. He owns it, he's the owner. His messenger is the owner, and so maybe you have to pray to him, right? Anyway, Sali is Sultan or Sali, whatever. But power authority has been granted to his messengers. Surah Hashar ayat 6, Surah 59 ayat 6. So this, right? So he's sharing his power with Sultan and with his messenger. Surah 18, ayat 15, these are our people have taken besides them deities. These our people have taken besides them deities. Why do they not bring for them a clear authority? Again, Bisultanan, right? So who brings the authority? Who has God given the authority to Musa? We saw in Surah 40, ayat 23. Then in Surah 59, ayat 6, we saw his messengers. So have we wiped out their messengers or what? Their men who may have, and who has this come on? The heart of Prophet Muhammad, right? The messenger of Allah, brought by Jibrail on his heart, right? So where do they have authority? You're asking them, then they're going to ask you, then why are angels not sent down? Or what are you saying? Excuse me, right? Allah, what authority do we have? They keep telling them there's an ayat which says that if Allah had not willed, we would not, our forefathers would not have associated with Allah, anyone. And we would not have forbidden ourselves anything, or our forefathers would not have. So why do they not bring for them a clear authority? Sultanan. So this was just to show you that the Moses has been given authority by Allah. Their messengers, his messengers have been given authority by Allah. But what about them finding out, their men, through angels and through Allah, like that, even directly perhaps given to them, like Hazrat Ibrahim was shown the realms of the heaven and the earth. So, but authority, bisultanan, it says, why do they not bring for them a clear authority against these mushriks or what? And who is more unjust than one who invents about Allah a lie? How many times, I mean, do you remember this ayat or not? Surah 18, ayat 15. Who is more unjust? Now, I've been showing you that he's false prophet, he's through the Quran ayats, yet you're saying I'm the liar because I'm misguiding, I'm lying to you. God forbid. I never do such a thing. I'm a truth seeker. I have some integrity, at least a little bit, more than 1400 years. I feel betrayed. I was an ex-Shia. So I was a Shia. I'm an ex-Shia. I was a Shia. Surah 4 ayat 91, clear sanction, Sultanate. Now who has he? He's even given the clear sanction to these believers. In Surah 4 ayat 91, I'll read, you will also find others who wish to be secure from you and secure from their people, but who, whenever they have any opportunity to cause mischief, plunge into it headlong. If such people neither leave you alone, nor offer you peace, nor restrain their hands from hurting you, then seize them and slay them wherever you come upon them. It is against these that we have granted you a clear sanction, right? Sultanan again, mubin, open, clear, meaning clear. How do you know this? Quran ayat tells you, the Quran ayat tells you that they are given, right? So how do you know? The Quran ayat tells you that they are given clear sultanan, sultan, right? Mubin, clear authority. How do they know when they are asked? So again, Surah 18, ayat 15. Why do they not bring for them a clear authority? When their chiefs are saying or their people are saying, that's not clear authority. And we see in this Quran so many contradictions. Allah Himself has given you the right, us all the right to reflect. If there are much contradictions, now, he doesn't say one. If there was one, it would be enough for you to leave Islam. Much contradictions, what should you do? Then you know that it is from other than Allah, because that's what He says Himself. In Surah 4, ayat 47, or which ayat number? Keep forgetting. So this. And do you think they didn't have a book? Even your Quran, according to the Sunni hadith, or not hadith, sorry, tradition and history, uh, Uthman bin Affan, he burned all the Qurans and just saved Hafsaz. Why do you think he did that? Maybe there was some proof there that Prophet Muhammad must have burned the books. Like we're told in history that he broke idols, took them out of the Kaaba. So this also. And put the blame on them that they are lying. And who is more unjust than one who invents? Like they're just inventing about Allah a lie. Who gave you clear authority? Why do they not bring for them a clear authority? When they were bringing would he accept it? So most of them, okay, so look at this surah, where is it? Surah Yusuf ayat 106. Most of them are polytheists. Most of them believe in Allah but are polytheists, meaning that ayat also. They have, why would they do this? I mean, such a strict, this is like this is unforgivable, associating with Allah is unforgivable sin. Surah Nisa ayat. There are two ayats in Surah Nisa saying the same thing, I think. One says unforgivable sin. if I'm not forgetting or vaguely remembered, sorry. But definitely there's one ayat in Surah Nisa that says associating partners with Allah, meaning mushrik, being a mushrik, polytheist, is an unforgivable sin. Surah 45, ayat 37, His is the glory in the heavens and the earth. He is the most mighty, the most wise. Al-Aziz again. Al-Aziz, right? And Al-Hakim. Hakim. Yeah. Al-Hakim, not Hakim. Hakim. So Surah 4 at 139. Why am I bringing Al-Aziz here again? Because Surah 4 at 39, who take it's an attribute of Allah, right? In Surah 45 ayat 37. So in Surah 4 ayat 139 is what? Who take the unbelievers for their allies in preference to the believers, do they seek honor from them? Whereas honor altogether belongs to Allah alone. Al-Izzati. So who gave Yusuf honor? Yusuf asked the king, can you make me in charge of your treasury? I'm a Hafiz, all knowing. Oh, sorry, not all knowing, but I have knowledge. Now we'll see step by step. And who's this Al Aziz? Even Yusuf is called Al Aziz. We'll see step by step. This is an attribute of Allah in Surah 45 by 37. And who gives Izzat? Why do they, who take the unbelievers for their allies in preference to the believers? Do they seek, like, are you seeking believers? Are you seeking honor from them? Whereas honor together belongs to Allah alone, right? Al Aziz. Oh, but he can grant it to whom he likes. He can share it with another. Also that. So he's telling the believers, why would you be allies of giving preference to the unbelievers, right? Why would you be allies of the unbelievers, giving them preference over the believers? Or believers, meaning, right? Or those who take the unbelievers for the allies in preference to the believers? Oh, okay, whoever they are. Even if there are some of you believers, I don't know. So they are told, do they seek honor from them? Whereas honor altogether belongs to Allah alone. So I'm not looking at the tafsir to understand this. All you need to understand here is, do they seek honor from them, from the unbelievers, whom they take allies in preference to believers? Yusuf, what has he done? Look at the verses when I come to it. Implied, look where it's implied. Al-Aizat. And so this is also that all honor, this is also an attribute. All honor belongs to Allah, Jamia, altogether. Alone? Lillahi. I don't know. Remember this ayat, right? Surah 4, ayat 139, this part. So then what's happened? Okay, now I'll start. Where should I start? Sorry, I have to start. So who has Yusuf sought honor from? What he was now called? He was called Al-Aziz. Look at in Surah 12, ayat 78. They said, O exalted one, Al-Aziz. Behold, he has a father aged and venerable. So take one of us in his place, for we see that thou art in good, in doing good, Mahsan. Al-Mahsanin, right? They called him Al-Aziz. Yusuf did not object to that. This is an attribute of Allah. Al-Aziz. Surah 12, verse 78. Moreover, who gave him this? When he told the king, they said, O powerful chief, Al-Aziz, Maududi, in brackets put it, right? This is an attribute of Allah. And he says, exalted is he there. So it's in contradiction to that ayat where he gives this attribute with Al-Malik and other attributes. Al-Qudus, and he says, exalted is he above what they associate with him. You're not supposed to associate even his attributes with anyone, but he's done it. And if he's done it, let's say you'll say, oh, to his messenger, to Prophet Muhammad, to the Prophet. Now, in Yusuf, Surah Yusuf, we see a very strange thing. We're not told this king is a believer or not. And even he is called Al-Azizi and Al-Malik. And that attribute is in that ayat too. Exalted is Allah above what they associate with him. So Surah 45 ayat 37. This point also, okay? So Surah 45 ayat 37, his is the glory in the heavens and the earth. He is the most mighty, Al-Aziz, the most wise. This also, Al-Aziz is here, attribute of Allah. And Yusuf is called here in Surah 12 ayat 78, Al-Aziz. So they tell Yusuf, they are his brothers, but they think Yusuf doesn't know and the story behind it. And then one of his brothers, they say, let him go. But his father's aged and venerable. So take one of us in his place. Oh, exalted one, oh, Al-Aziz. So this, but not only that, okay, there's another point. What was the other point? Honor. Who has given honor to Yusuf, or who has Yusuf sought honor from? When Allah says in Surah 4, ayat 139, do they seek honor from them? Whereas honor altogether belongs to Allah alone, and He gives honor to whom. Is there an ayat like this? Honor. Izzati, right? This honor is al-Izzata. Izzat. By your honor, I will mislead all, except your mukhlisin. Yusuf is the mukhlisin. Now, there are many, many contradictions here, and I don't know how to bring the ayats. So, Surah 45 is most mighty. Again, Al-Aziz is the attribute of Allah. But here he doesn't say, exalted is he above what they associate with him. I just chose this ayat. Surah 4, ayat 141 says, because it's shorter and I can show you. These hypocrites watch you closely. If victory is granted to you by Allah, they will say, were we not with you? And were the unbelievers to gain the upper hand? They will say, did we not have mastery over you? And yet we protected you from the believers. And were the unbelievers to gain the upper hand? They will say, did we not have mastery over you? Who is the king? Egyptian king, Yusuf's time. What mastery does he have? And yet we protected you from the believers. So the Yusuf was protected from something, right? And I'll show you. And it is Allah who will judge between you and you on the day of resurrection. And He will not allow the unbelievers in any way to gain advantage over the believers. What else is there? No, I haven't highlighted, put in bold any Arabic words here. So who freed Yusuf? How was he protected from his brothers? Well, a man found him and, he took him. But let's see, something, maybe I haven't put this properly. And yes, another reason I give this ayat was there's more to show you that Al-Aziz, how many times, another time also in the Quran, Al-Aziz is used as an attribute of Allah. Okay? Now, let's go to Surah 8965 here. And they found a servant from among our servants, Al-Khidr also. Now, this is in Surah Kaf with Hazrat Musa, to whom we had given mercy from us and taught him from us a knowledge. Not certain, they put certain knowledge, okay, maybe whatever it means, but he has knowledge and we don't know how limited it is, whether Khidr's knowledge is limited. A servant, and we gave him mercy from us. So he teaches Moses these paradoxical, mysterious ways. Moses, so Surah Kaf, Hazrat Khidr, Ilma Laduni, Moses finds a man to display and explain to him the paradoxical works of Allah. And Moses cannot have patience with him, although he says, you'll find me patient, and then they part. So he's got knowledge from Allah, and we can't say it like how limit, I mean, how much is the knowledge, but it's definitely higher than what Moses was given. Moses is given as a prophet of Allah, as a chosen one. So Surah 12, Ayat 76, then Joseph began searching for the bags before searching his own brother's bag. Then he brought forth the drinking cup from his brother's bag. Thus did we contrive to support Joseph. He had not, Allah contrived to support Joseph. And he had not, no right. Okay. He had no right according to the religion of the king. King? I.e., the law of Egypt. He had no right according to the religion of the king, i.e., the law of Egypt, to take his brother unless Allah so willed. So this means that the king is not religious, right? We exalt whomsoever we will over others by several degrees, Allah says. Darajat, several, whom we will, Alameen, Alim, Kulli no wait, I mean Alim. So above all those who is the one who truly knows. And above all those who know is the one who truly knows. Allah is the one who truly knows. Maybe even Khidr were not told what limits he had of his ilm laduni given to him by Allah. In Surah 18, 965, or in Surah 18 when he's mentioned. But he has more knowledge than Moses and ilm laduni given to him by Allah. Right? Okay, and we raise him, and the king, he had no right according to the religion of the king, i.e., the law of Egypt, to take his brother, unless Allah so willed. My goodness, well, what is I have to, so I wasn't concentrating on that, sorry, I was concentrating on this. We exalt whomsoever we will over others by several degrees. Exalting, also, but this high stage, Al-Malik, Fidine Al-Malik. Illa an yasha. Except for now, Allah has called him the religion, the king. He had no right according to the religion of the king to take his brother. Religion, deen of the king. The king's deen is different than Yusuf's deen, right? And Allah's deen. But yet Allah has himself called him Al-Malik here. Can you believe this? Al-Malik. At this point I should have. So I don't want to miss out on anything. You see how you have been deceived. You will see as I go on and on and on and on. But then please don't come here and tell me, but you, what kind of people are you if you do that? Are you academics? Are you learners? Have you been taught by Allah this ethics, this way? You see, I don't come here with the intention of hurting you or putting the wrong, attacking you personally, lying against you. I don't come here with no intent, with the, I come here with no intention of hurting or harming anyone, with lying, with, messing up or putting out of context, right? Things, the Quran ayats or the hadith. No, no. I want to be a square, fair and square. In fact, when some Christians have come here and said, you want to, or some Hindus, I'm not sure, or both of them, that why are you defending Islam? I say, well, no, you're still a Shia. Why are you defending Shia Islam? I say, well, I'm giving you the So I'm giving you the what? The position of the Shias. I don't want to get carried away by "Mm, this wrong, when it's not wrong. This is the position of the Shias, very hard. If it's hard to prove against, like Imam Ali's position about Tawhid of Allah was very hard too, but so easy now. Very hard, I thought, to prove to the Ismaili Shia so I can help them also. See? And leave Islam. Contradiction. Now I found this easy one. I was doing the hard way. At first, I have to show you the position, right? What Imam Ali has said of Shia Islam in this Tawheed. You see, I don't want to get carried away and put out of context, or let's say something, then not even put out of context. But sometimes what happens is that I get angry, and so I make mistakes and all this, like in the previous some earlier one. But that's not that important. You see, you get the gist of it. Get the gist of it. But also, I tell you to get the gist of it and also go through it yourself. And also, you should to find out for yourself. I'm guidelines. You see, I come here, I found something in my religion that I was searching for the truth in my religion, how high, oh, this against the Sunnis and this against Quran only to, and then what I found was how could the Shia believe? So then it went to, oh my God, what is this, right? So then I share with you as I go, as I learned, as I found, re-examined the Quran ayats and reaching here, and I could make mistakes. I can afford to make mistakes. So what the point is that you please, I'm not telling you, I'm not putting it, I'm going step by step also, not only get the gist of it, but I do go step by step with you. But the gist is the fundamental thing of Islam is gone. Tawheed is gone. Sunni Tawheed is gone. How many, my previous old live stream. Tawheed finished, Islam finished. But now I had a challenge from the Ismailis. Because you see, then if the Shias, wait, I'm on 1276. Surah 12, ayat 76. Okay, this. If the Shias say, okay, we're going to change this, maybe, in Najul Balagha, Imam Ali has not put it this way. Yeah, Allah is a deity in heaven and on the earth. And it is He who is deity in the heaven, or God in the heaven, and on the earth, deity, God. Right? Not this ayat. If here, Sermon 1 of Najul Balagha, they say, maybe this is not what Imam Ali meant. But you see, there's a Shia Imam here present, Hazir Nazir. And you won't even, will you consider how many Shias have been misguided by reading if you say this is mistranslated in Najul Balagha in English, we'll try to correct it and correct it and correct it. Then there's a Hazir Imam, and his birthday is coming up, so I wanted to help Hazir Imam also, and I needed help from Hazir Imam, His Highness Aga Khan the Fourth, about so if he's the true Imam, then I have to leave Shia Islam, but I can't even go there because I find all these contradictions, and now I've just finished Imam Ali's Tawhid. Imam Ali's finished as an Islamic Imam, right? Because now Hazir Imam is here, and from this Ismaili, I have given you, he's reconfirmed it. It's reconfirmed. Now, how much change will you make here? Shia 12 verse in Najal Balagha. So reconfirm from the Ismaili Imam and the religious scholars and His Highness Khan the Fourth in Ismaili no says. So what misguidance, you see? Then if you want to change that 12 Shias, but Ismaili Imam has given it what he agrees that Allah is beyond existence, but not non-existent. Where's that? Highlighted here. So I was on Surah 12, ayat 76. And above all, those who know is the one who truly knows. But so much knowledge to Hazrat Khidr in Surah 18, ayat 65, from us knowledge, that even his knowledge is beyond. So can you say that your knowledge, okay, Allah's knowledge, you see, this is what you're told, that Allah's knowledge is above all. He's the creator and all this also, and his knowledge is above all the others who have knowledge, all those who know. Maybe humans, you could have a lot of knowledge, all this knowledge, okay, one who truly knows. So you get it. I don't know how to put this to you. Like I don't want to insinuate, but let's infer from Surah 18, 65 that a man can have a lot of knowledge, like Khidr did, above the Prophet Moses' knowledge. I think he finished all that work with Pharaoh and all the freeing and going, and then he came. Then he came with his page companion to seek out Khidr. Not before this. I think I've read somewhere, I'm not sure if that's true. And only not his knowledge, but his mercy, but this is not important. For now, it's important this. And taught him from us a knowledge, but and above all, those who know is the one who truly knows. I just wanted to show you that maybe a man can know, Allah can give him all that knowledge that he has. The marifat, complete, like Imam has, full marifat of Allah. Hazir Imam. We read out in Wikipedia one time. Oh, God. Okay. So he just wants to put it here like this. Let him put it here like this. But he shares his knowledge with others also. Like the Imams have full knowledge, marifat of Allah. And the marifat that Allah is full marifat of Allah. And they would say, no, we don't have that full knowledge that Allah has, but He's the source of knowledge, right? That's why they have to say He's the source of knowledge. Also, that way put it. But now, how many ayats are you going to correct and tell me that Allah is not in the earth, not in the heavens, heaven, not in the earth? You can't correct that. Okay, you'll say here it means that He is the source of all knowledge. Okay, Shias, Ismaili Shias also. Surah 12, ayat 23. And it so happened that look, even, but Allah calls him Al Malik, right? And he's not of the religion of Allah. He doesn't recognize Yaqub or Yusuf as prophets or chosen servants of Allah, however you may put it. So Surah 12, ayat 23. Although Allah has put that Yusuf was a chosen servant of Allah. Let's see now, Surah 12, that ayat will come later. But now on this point, what point are we on? Who is this Lord? Joseph answered me. Wait, Surah 12, ayat 23. And it so happened that the lady in whose house Joseph was living, this lady was the king's wife. She's the queen, was living, sought to tempt him. Point noted. He's living in It even says that he's living in this lady's house. Was living, sought to tempt him to herself, and one day, bolting the doors, she said, "Come on now." Joseph answered, "May Allah grant me refuge. My Lord has provided an honorable abode for me." But whose house, if you're going to say, "My Lord," is this Allah is seeking refuge in? This Lord could even be him, right? Because Yusuf then in another ayat says, in whose house is he living? So this could be the king, Al-Malik, Malik, Malik of Egypt. My Lord has provided an honorable abode for me. This could have two meanings, by the way. You see, it's Surah 12. Now I have to go. I think didn't stop here, but Surah 12, ayat 23. What's this? God knows where I went. Sorry. It was just a mistake, I think. And she in whose house he was sought to seduce him. She closed the doors and said, "Come you." He said, "The refuge of Allah. I seek the refuge of Allah." Indeed, he. Now, who is he here? Her husband Al Aziz, some say. You see, Sahih International puts her, he is her husband. Indeed, he is my master, my Lord, who has made good my residence. Is it Rabbi? Rabbi? Oops, if it's Rabbi, and she closed the door and she said, "Come on, you." He said, "I seek refuge in Allah. Ma'adah lillahi. I seek refuge in Allah, yeah? Indeed, he. Here, the H of he is not capital even. My Lord, Rabbi, my Lord. So see, doing these kind of overwhelming, it becomes too, oh my God. And there you're seeing, and so now, this is the king. Huh? Do not make lords of each other. And Isa al-Masih is not the Lord. Masih ibn Maryam is not the Lord with Surah, right? Surah, before going there. No, I should go there. I think it's 31 ayat. And also the Masih son of Maryam with Allah is the Lord, right? Is the Lord. They take the rabbis and the monks for their lords apart from Allah, and they put so Rob Christian was right about this. Another thing, right? Prophets and not allowed to take lords other than Allah. No, they're just not lords, or what is that? Sorry, I have forgotten. And he would never ask you to take angels and prophets as lords. Al Imran verse 80, ayat 80. You see this? Yet Yusuf, chosen servant of Allah. Surah. So now this really Lord, right? It's giving me tafsir. Okay, what I have to do is open another tab. Surah 3 ayat 80. Wait a minute. No. Huh? So many contradictions. You see? So I wasn't paying attention on that. Oh my goodness. Please, a smiley lady Lady, 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 lady. Sorry, sister. This circumstance different and that circumstance different. I'm so, sister, sister, how can you do this? And not he will order you that you take the angels and the prophets, Nabiin, as lords, Arbaban. This is the plural of Lord Rab, right? Would he order you, okay, to the disbelief after when you have become Muslims? So it goes to disbelief. Come, come, Ismailis come, ex-Ismailis come, who have gone into Sunni Islam. Sir Bhatia comes, Sir, right? Salim Lalani, who praises Islam and they say against His Highness Aga Khan. No, no, it's what a disrespect, what a terrible thing he's done. This is not Islam. Now I feel Allah. I told them now I've put it there. I wonder if they've, I'll read it out from Facebook. I've shared it. What is this? Ismailis, what have you done? Ex-Ismailis. Greetings, Sir Bhatia. You said you felt great going to a Sunni mosque, worshipping Allah alone, as Iblis was doing too, right? But how did you feel about that segregation of men and women in the mosque, as he mentions, because he's asked by Shai, why didn't you wonder about the rights of females and girls that Islam violates, beating them, Quran, Surah 4, Ayat 34, and divorcing baby girls, meaning those who have not menstruated for some, Surah Talaq, Ayat 4, and going into your females as you wish or when and how you men want, because they are your tilt, not equal to you, meaning Surah 2, Ayat 2 to 3, Quran. Do you still feel great about it? Shame on you, Muslims. This was Sultan Bhatia opens can of worms. Live stream Sunday, 8 December, 6 p.m. Toronto time. Diary of a Common Man, Sultan Bhatia opens a can of worms. Right? Salim Lalani's channel just recently. And I couldn't make it on this live stream. So this also. Those Ismailis who have become, ex-Ismailis who have become Sunnis, shame on you, Muslims. Shame on you, okay? I don't mean to insult you. I'm just saying, what is this? Isn't there shame on you violating, putting the blame on how much you have said against His Highness Aga Khan? Nor could he order you to take the angels and prophets as lords. Now, it should stop here, but I'm not stopping. I'm showing you more of deception in the Quran. Oh my God. Let me just take a, what shall I, oh, can't see, oh. So, oh, oh, oh. You will never enjoin. He will never enjoin you. What you will, he will never enjoin you to take the angels. See how this really some attack, some messed up mind of mine. They've messed it up. Allah will never instruct you or command you. Why? Muraqam. Ya Muraqam. Would instruct you to take angels and prophets for lords. Even Allah would not instruct you. And patrons. What? Would he bid you to unbelief after you have bowed your will? Yani become Muslims, right? Muslimun antum. What is bowed your will? Bowed your what? And Allah's will? No, no. Bowed your will, Yusuf Ali? Are you kidding me? Oh, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, sorry. Again, I forget. Sorry. That Allah's will, there's bad part of Allah's will. But yes, those on earth and on in heaven and in earth, they bow to Allah. No, they willingly or unwillingly submit to Allah, not His will. Yeah, that's a different. Sorry, that my mistake, my fault. Okay, so now you see, step by step, and God, I risk my life for this, because truth, huh? Lie, inventing. Look who has invented lies against Allah. And what you, they say, what you believe in, even the universe, the rules and everything, what you do. You see, scientifically, who says like every action has opposite and what every action has a reaction, in short. Who will go to hell burning, burning, burning? How is, look, it says here. So now, Yusuf says, now you would want to chuck this whole piece out from the Quran, but you can't. Yusuf said, oh, no, no, come here, come here. This translation, Surah Al Imran Zahra, if you forget this, what contradiction. There's more, but this very, very clear, right? He lives in the house of this lady. The king has given him Al Malik. And then she closed it to her this and said, indeed, Yusuf said, I seek refuge in Allah, and indeed he is my Lord who may, he doesn't say there's a full stop or indeed, there's a comma here. Anyways, they're misrepresentation. But now the he is not Allah. Now the he is not Allah. The Lord is not Allah here. He indeed is my Lord who has made good my stay. Indeed, not will succeed the wrongdoer Zalimun. Right? Sahih International says her husband, Al Aziz. Maududi says what? Maududi doesn't have here. He, may Allah grant me refuge. My Lord has provided an honorable abode for me. Now, it could be Allah, it could be Al Aziz or Al Malik, the husband, the king of this lady who gave him. You see, these prophets, really, even this king must have tried to put sense in him. Anyhow, whereas your Allah says, I make them, I make you taste the violation of each other, which is that I can, and make you into, go into sex and all this. Look how gracefully. So, who is this Lord who has granted Joseph an honorable abode, a safe abode? Although some, what do they say? Honorable abode. Maududi puts honorable. All izzati belongs to Allah. Where's that? Have you forgotten that? Who is this Lord who has granted Joseph an honorable abode? Maududi translation, so I put it like that. Or good stay. Another translation, Zalimun never prosper. Who is the king? He is not even from the religion of Allah, religion of the king, to take his brother. He had no right according to the deen. Where is it? Dini al-Malaki. Oh, fee in the dini according to the religion of the king. Now it's two. Allah is two in the earth. Allah, to Allah belong the earth. No, no. Here, all the fee is two. The way it's put here in English translation, he had no right according in the religion of the king, actually, i.e., the law of Egypt, to take his brother, unless Allah so willed. We exalt whomsoever and this. Okay, Ali. Now, what is Yusuf doing? More saying and doing? Surah 12, ayat 23. And it so happened that the lady, read this Rabbi. See, now this goes against Surah 4, ayat 80. No, Surah 3, ayat 80. How could I forget? I've just told myself not to forget this. Yusuf himself calls that. And there are more ayats. He says, go and tell your Rabb. More ayats coming. If you believe, if you think, if you interpret, translate this ayat to be that he is, this is Allah the Rabb Yusuf is referring to, then Surah 12, there's another ayat coming. Other ayats are coming. Surah 12, ayat 24. For indeed, this part is important. Let me see any other part. For indeed, he was one of our chosen servants. No, there's another part that is important too. So Yusuf was our, Allah is saying, Yusuf was the mukhlasin. You can't just be mukhlasin like that. I remember a Muslim telling me, why can't you be a mukhlasin? I said, no, I can't be. Mukhlasins are chosen by Allah. Surah 12, ayat 24. And she advanced towards them, and had Joseph not perceived the sign from his Lord, now this Lord is Allah. Okay? Rabbi. Yeah. He, from his Lord, he too would have advanced towards her. Thus was Joseph shown a sign from his Lord that he might avert from him all evil and indecency. This is Allah. So then, for indeed he was one of our chosen servants. Now here the Rabb is Allah. And he was a Dina, right? He was our chosen servant, Mukhlasin, Al-Mukhlasin, Yusuf. Remember this also. Yusuf was chosen servant, not the king. How did this one have kingship? The one who doesn't even have the religion of Allah. He has his own religion. Surah Yusuf ayat number, I keep forgetting, sorry. And because the Zalimeen also don't prosper, they say, right? Allah says, not they. Who are the they? I'm sorry, I don't know sometimes how to put it. Surah 12, ayat 33. He said, my Lord, prison is more to my liking than that to which they invite me. And if you do not avert from me their plan, I might incline toward them and thus be of the ignorant. Let's say he's praying to his Lord, right? Rabb again, Allah. What? Jahilin. I will be al-Jahili. Don't forget, he's Mukhlasin. Oh, here also, sorry, Surah 12, ayat 30. The chief's wife, Al-Aziz, the chief. He's called Al-Aziz, and Yusuf does not object to it, right? Being of the deen of Allah, a Mukhlasin, chosen one of Allah. Even though his father is alive, he's also a chosen one, Hazrat Yaqub. Yaqub, what's the, I forgot now, I've got a block. So Yaqub is his father, Yusuf's father, and Yusuf is also Mukhlasin, as we saw in the Quran ayat. Surah 12, ayat 24. Chief's wife, he doesn't object to this, Al-Aziz, calling him Al-Aziz. Then Surah 12, ayat 33, he said, my Lord, prison is more, yeah, and I would be, if I might incline toward them, and thus be of the ignorant. So there's a chance of these messengers and mukhlasin to become jahilin. What does Shaitan Iblis say? I will mislead all except your mukhlasin. They should be protected, and Yusuf should not pray like this, like he's prayed in, it's stated in Surah 12, ayat 33, praying to his Lord, that the prison is better for me than what they invite me to, and if you do not avert from me their plan, I might incline toward them and be of the ignorant. Al jahilin. Jahil. Oh ho ho. Even though Yusuf has been shown a sign so that he wouldn't go towards Zuleikha, the king's wife. Surah 12, ayat 35. Then it appeared to them after they had seen the signs that he, i.e., Al Aziz, the king, this is not Al Malik, the king, should surely imprison him for a time. Yusuf prays to Allah that he prefers the prison because if you do not avert from me their plan, these ladies now were after him and the king's wife seducing him, I might incline toward them and thus be of the ignorant. Who puts him in prison then? Al Aziz. Who's saving him from them? Al Aziz is not God. Then it appeared to them after they had seen the signs that he should surely imprison him for a time. Al Aziz is not averting their plan, but what he did was then he chose to put Yusuf in prison because this is how he prayed to his Lord. Prison is more for my liking. So Al Aziz is the Lord. Do you get it? No, maybe you don't. I should put it like this for now. Anyway, and there's then Maududi's translation of Surah 12 by 35. Then it occurred to them to cast Joseph into prison for a while, even though they had seen clear signs of Joseph's innocence and of the evil ways of their ladies. Two different translation meaning different. Makes a little difference. A world of a difference, can we say? Maybe yes, because then it appeared to them after they had seen the signs that he, Al Aziz, should surely imprison him for a time. Then it appeared to them after they had seen the signs. Seems like these two are different because it seems here that Al Aziz wants to, if you read Surah 12, ayat 35 with the Surah 12, ayat 33, my Lord, prison is more to my liking than that to which they invite me. Right? Yusuf prayed like this, and if you had not, and if you do not avert from me their plan, I might incline toward them. So Yusuf is not sure of himself. He says, if you do not avert from me their plan, their seduction, the women of the king's wife and Egyptian women, I might incline toward them and thus be of the ignorant. So the Lord is supposed to hear him and avert the plan so that he might not incline toward them and be of the Jahilin. But then the king puts him, and they blame the king here. Surah 12, ayat 35, put in this way, translated in English in this way, then it occurred to them to cast Joseph into prison for a while, even though they had seen the clear signs of Allah meaning. So he's the king. Al Aziz is not a believer in the signs of Allah, so he's rejecting it. But then he helped. So if you read this, it's like, okay, he's helped Yusuf. He hasn't averted, and even the Lord did not avert their plan or subvert their plan. What would you say? Oh, goodness. I might incline toward them and then be of the ignorant. Even praying to the Lord. So, who's put him in jail? Okay, even if we go with the Maududi's translation. Oh my goodness. Do you see what I'm seeing? What I've seen? Then it appeared to them that after they had seen the signs that he should surely imprison him for a time. 1235. Let's go to, let me show you 1235. Surah 1235. Oops, sorry. So now what has happened? Then it appeared to them after what they had seen, the signs, surely they should imprison him until that time. Then it appeared to them after they had seen the signs that should surely imprison him for a time, proofs of his innocence. Why? It occurred to them to imprison Prophet Joseph in order to save face after they had seen clear proofs of his innocence and of the guilt of their own women, for no other alternative was left, in their opinion, to undo the scandal that was spreading fast in the land. But it did not occur to them that, in fact, his imprisonment was his moral victory and the moral defeat of the rulers and the dignitaries of Egypt. But that time, Prophet Joseph had not remained an unknown person, for all the sundry had heard stories of his beauty and piety and the love ladies had shown towards him and of the love the ladies had shown towards him. Therefore, when those wise countries put into practice their plausible device to imprison him, no, look, he says, look what he says, right? Prophet Joseph to be a man of pure, strong, and high character. So it was obvious to them that he had committed no crime to merit imprisonment and that he had been imprisoned because it was an easier way of escape for the chiefs of Egypt than to keep their own ladies under control. They couldn't, but even the Lord did not hear Joseph, right? The prophet, his prayer. He could not see the Allah, the Lord. He said, "Oh my Lord, the prison is more to my liking than that to which they invite me. Unless you turn away their snare from me, I should feel inclined towards them in my youthful folly." But here we see that the Maudud is not blaming Yusuf at all for this. What he's praying to Lord, that I might incline toward them. I might incline toward them and be of the ignorant, right? Then, so his Lord responded to him and averted from him their plan. But he didn't, and he's the hearing, the knowing. He didn't. Kana Ranjit Singh, tum open karo, he's shouting. तुमको कौन फंडिंग कर रहा है? King of Dubai. So sorry. No, no. King, funder कौन है? UAE. King of UAE. Al Aziz Al Malik of UAE. कान्हा रंजीत सिंह मोदी कर रहा है. मोदी क्यों करेगा? मैं इंडियन तो हूं नहीं. जो मैंने कहा, मोदी को डोंट गिव फॉल्स हिंदूज टर्वी कर रहे फंड. I was a Shia. I'm not a Hindu. I was never a Hindu and I was never a. Okay, now please. So, sorry, no copyright infringement intended. This person has come. Sorry. देखें, इंडिया को अब this, I said I'm not going to pay attention or reply to people like you. ओपन करो, क्या ओपन करो? तुम अगर मुसलमान हो तो क्यों अपना, why are you lying? Why have you changed your name to Ranjit Singh? Kana Ranjit Singh. Oh, you're saying Kana. Kana means blind Ranjit Singh. Look, I have been a Shia. I'm an ex-Shia, ex-Muslim. Don't blame the Hindus here. Oh, you put your proper name, Islamic name here. Okay. One is eye blind. So that's what you insult these people. So what? This is really cruel of you. Now, I have to. Now, king is this, right? Just showing you, look at how they come, these Muslims. They have, like, these are criminals. You are a criminal. You should be put in prison. दूसरों को blame करते हो. False accusations on Modi, on me, attacks on me. खबरदार इधर आए हो तुम. ये तुम्हारे बाप का राज इधर नहीं चलेगा. तुम्हारे झूठ का राज इधर नहीं चलेगा. इधर सच का राज चलता है. इधर हक का राज चलता है. इधर जस्टिस का राज चलता है. और ये मैं दिखा रही हूं. आई एम शोइंग. Okay, so this. Now, Janab Iman, you also go. बार बार आते हो. मैं बहुत गरीब हूँ. ये हूँ, मुझे पैसे चाहिए. What is this? I want money. I'm very poor. Look at these Muslims. They are criminals. Enough is enough. Then it appeared to them, after they had seen the signs, that he, Al-Aziz, should surely imprison him. After the Lord hasn't heard him, but he says, I might incline toward them. So the prison is more for my liking. So the Al-Aziz heard him, and what did Al-Aziz do? And they're putting this wrong, really, what kind of footnotes are you reading? Is the king a Muslim believer? No, right? Al-Aziz, Al-Malik. So Surah 12, Ayat 38. And God doesn't condemn him, right? Big ass Sita. You people, you Muslims, insult karo big ass Sita. What is this? Sorry, I have to report this. Misinformation, I'm going to report it as misinformation. I'm not a Hindu. I never was. This is not a Hindu agenda. Don't spread lies against India and Hindus. Misinformation. Zahra Kali. Black हाँ तू क्या हुआ कंघली है. What are you talking about? Harassment. तुम जेल में जाओगे. तुम मुझसे शादी करो. तुम्हें जेल में भेजूंगी मैं. Don't harass me here, huh? UAE police will come and find you. Or even the... Don't harass me here. You people, are you terrorists? Seem like a terrorist. Your group of people. Extremists. Don't harass me here. Wait. No. I have to report these. I have to be very careful. Hate speech, harassment. Oh, how do I report that they're falsely accusing Hindus and me for being Hindu and Modi? You criminals, get out of here. Corrupted mischief makers. According to your religion, you know what should be done to you. Feet, limbs, cut on opposite sides. We are to take your nonsense, apply your religion on yourselves. Cutting off their hands and feet. Mischief makers. This is your religion. Those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger and go about the earth spreading mischief. This is what you are doing. Believing, but what irony, right? What irony. The punishment of those who are with Allah and His Messenger, actually, it should be, and strive with might and main for mischief through the land should be execution for you, or crucifixion, or the cutting off of hands and feet from opposite sides, or exile from the land. That is the disgrace in this world. And a heavy punishment in this is theirs in the hereafter. Most of you, or what, how many of you are like this? Coming here. Cooperate and behave yourselves. This kind of mischief will not do here. Harassment and all. When your religion is so strict, look how I'm doing this as an ex-Shia, and it's hurting me, and I'm overwhelmed finding other verses like this, ayats. Look at how I have been, and my people, Shias, and my Muslims have been deceived. And then I say, my Muslims, my former brothers and sisters in humanity, show your humanity here. Be civilized and cooperate. You think I'm a Hindu? You're falsely accusing me. You know for sure that I'm not a Hindu. Neither am I with Modi. What shall we do about this? I need to talk about this later on, after this. उधर तो उधर सैयद मुजम्मिल को घर पे पहुंच गए हो क्या बेगैरत. What kind of people are you oppressing your own people, Muslims? Journalism in Pakistan, what is this? Oppressing your own people. उनके घर पे पहुंच गई हो सैयद मुजम्मिल के. And shooting and all this. What is this? क्या क्या नहीं बोला है उसको, कैसे कैसे नहीं तंग किया है, harass किया, ट्रॉमेटाइज फैमिली को. This is mischief. They should be, according to their religion, your religion, you should be really dealt with very strictly, like in the Quran ayat I just showed you. Pakistan. So you see this now, this king fellow, sorry, where was I? Sorry. Let me just, sorry, I get, yet Yusuf says to the fellow prisoner to mention him to his lord, meaning the king. And I follow the religion of my father. So here we have, where was I? Then it appeared to them after they had seen the signs that he, Al-Aziz, should surely imprison him. But you see, the Lord did not save him, because he himself is saying, I might incline toward them and be of the ignorant. So he would fail the test of being mukhlasin, right, of Allah. Although Allah says here, he's my, for indeed he was one of our chosen servants, Yusuf, Joseph. Surah 12, ayat 24. Yet he himself says that I would have, and another ayat which would come. But for now, like the soul is inclined to evil, and if the Lord had not had mercy on me, I would have gone for Zuleikha, because the soul is prone to evil. Zuleikha's name is not mentioned, but meaning the chief's wife, right? So, yet the chief is called Al-Aziz. Yusuf is going with it. Why? And even when praying to the Lord, and this way he prays, a mukhlisin prays like this, and the Lord doesn't hear him. This Lord, Al-Aziz, Al-Malik, puts him in jail. Surah 12, ayat 35. Still they don't, these mukhlisin of Allah, they think they don't get it. Then it appeared to them after they had seen the signs that he should surely imprison him for a time. Why? Because Yusuf doesn't realize something, like Nuh doesn't realize. He went on night and day calling his people, believe in Allah and whatnot, Surah Nuh ayat, but obey me, obey me. Now this king has had the upper hand with a mukhlasin of Allah, Joseph, whereas his father, poor father, is crying, grieving for him, losing his eyesight. So tell me now, from this, at least imprisoning him, because Yusuf said, I would become a jahil if you don't avert them and go for it. So I like the prison. What should have Yusuf said? You see, these are like Abraham, they're not honest people. Like Abraham is telling his people, oh, I feel sick, and he's taqiyya using and lying to them and then breaking their idols. And now this one is going, this Yusuf, chosen one of Allah, is saying, I'll become Jahilin. If you do not, oh Lord, he's praying to Lord. If you do not avert them, and I prefer prison than what they invite me to. Say, I prefer freedom than what? Let me go to another land, right? Oh Lord, free me from all this. No. And he's even saying I might incline toward them and thus become of the ignorant. So maybe it was the Lord who chose. But you see, here it doesn't say it like this. I think these other, like polytheists and like, you know, chief, they tried to put sense in these people, but they won't. They think they're chosen and they're getting the sultanan and they're getting chosen and they're getting this authority, all that. So even when in this way, Yusuf is not getting it. He's got a dream. And then it occurred to them to cast Joseph into prison. Okay. So the different translations. Is the king a Muslim believer? No. Is the king a Muslim believer? No. So where I left off now, from there I'm continuing. Surah 12, ayat 38 says, and I have followed the religion of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and it was not for us to associate anything with Allah. Now here it's anything, not anyone with Allah. Okay, Sahih International. This is from the favor of Allah upon us and upon the people. But most of the people are not grateful. Are you grateful to the king? You're calling on Allah. Allah is not helping you in this way. Maybe this king is helping you. And he's Lord in all this. It's very difficult to show, but I'm trying my best also. And to put sense in these prophets and chosen servants of Allah. Surah 12, ayat 39, fellow prisoners, is it better that they be diverse lords or just Allah? The one, the irresistible. I told you before about this ayat. Arbab, and now he's telling them, is it better that there be diverse lords? How should Allah put this ayat? Or, because Allah himself is Lord at times, right? Or Allah is not Lord. Allah is Lord also. So this ayat should have been put, fellow prisoners, is it better that there be diverse lords or one Lord who brought you to witness him as Lord? Am I not your Lord? But saying, or just one Allah. Now, don't jump to Allah, you serve the one, and he's brought these two attributes. Like in Surah Zumar, Allah brings out these two attributes. Surah Zumar ayat 4. So he's telling them is also this Lord or just Allah. But look who he's prayed to the Lord. He knows that the Lord is Allah. Your Lord is Allah alone, Yusuf. You don't know that? Yet he knows it. He says, is it but diverse Lord? Your Lord is one Lord, right? Should be. Yet he doesn't know that perhaps. Are diverse Lords, because then he approves of saying Lord. He says in Surah 12, ayat 42, yet Yusuf says to the fellow prisoner to mention him to his Lord, meaning the king of Egypt. Surah 12, ayat 42, and Joseph said to one of the two prisoners who he knew would be set free, mention me in your Lord's presence. But Satan caused him to forget mentioning this to his Lord, and so Joseph languished in prison for several years. Where's your just one Allah? The irresistible to help you? Still, Yusuf doesn't get it. He's still on Allah, Allah, Allah. Is he? But he tells the inmate, a prisoner, fellow prisoner, mention me to your Lord, Rabbika. And thou, with your Lord, mention me with your Lord, to your Lord, in your Lord's presence, or things like, something like this. Anyways, Rabb. Now Yusuf has to give in to this Lord on earth, King, in whose prison he is. Again, Yusuf calls the king your lord, right? Surah 12, ayat 50, the king said, bring this man, okay? How many times does this, or there also, maybe you'll say no. You'll take the other translation and say, no, Yusuf is not saying that the Lord of this house has given me a good stay. Okay. Then Surah 12, ayat 42, and Joseph said to one of the two prisoners who he knew would be set free, mention me in your Lord's presence. But Satan caused him to forget mentioning this to his Lord and the ruler of Egypt. And so Joseph languished in prison for several years. Again, Yusuf calls the king your Lord. Surah 12, ayat 50, the king said, Al-Malik, waqala Al-Malik. The king said, bring this man to me, meaning Yusuf to me. And when the royal messenger came to Joseph, he said, go back to your master. See, again he calls the king your Lord. He's trapped here. Mukhlisin of Allah, Joseph, the prophet, is trapped. You would say that Yaqub is alive. Yaqub is the prophet, father of Joseph. But God calls him at least Mukhlisin. He's the Mukhlasin. Go back to your master. Illa Rabbika. And ask him about the case of the women who had cut their hands. Surely my Lord has full knowledge of their guile. Right? Even this king has full knowledge of their guile, I think. So he calls him Rabb. At least for this, you see, Yusuf calls him, and Allah says Al Malak. The king said. And this is an attribute of Allah, remember? Al Malik. He's shared with this king who is not a Muslim, who is not a believer. Surah 12, ayat 53 says, and I do not acquit myself. Yusuf now says, see, here also he says, I do not acquit myself. Indeed, the soul is a persistent enjoiner of evil, except those upon which my Lord has mercy. Indeed, my Lord is forgiving and merciful. So of himself he can't acquit, but that the soul even his soul is persistent, is prone to evil, except those upon which Lord has mercy. So as Allah have mercy as Lord. So, he calls his Allah Lord here. Surah 12, ayat 54, and the king said, Al-Malik, again, God calls him the king here, Al-Malik, his attribute, which he used to say in the Quran that, one of his attributes was this, Al-Malik, and exalted is he above what they associate with him. And he's not even like the soul or the king chosen by Allah. Surah 12, ayat 54, and the king said, bring him to me. I will appoint him exclusively for myself. Now Yusuf, Mukhlasin of Allah, I showed you. Ibadi, servant, Mukhlasin of Allah, chosen by Allah. Exclusively for myself. And when he spoke to him, he said, indeed you are today established and trusted. The king said, bring him to me. I will select him for myself, for my own service. What does this mean? Linafsi, for myself. So when Joseph spoke to him, the king said, again, where's the king? He said, it doesn't say, no, here, again, it doesn't say the king. It says here, وَقَالَ مَلَكٌ. So when Joseph, and it doesn't even say Joseph here, but this is the translation of Maududi. So, sorry. So, and when he spoke to him, He said, indeed, you are today established and trusted in position, established in position and trusted. I mean, fully trusted. Who set him free? The king, and even selected him for himself. لنفسه. King chooses Yusuf for himself. Allah chooses Moses for himself. Surah 20 at 41. I have chosen you for my service. لنفسه ya Musa, meaning Musa. Wait a minute. Do not take favors from others, do not even honor from those. Only Allah can save you, and when you are in distress and Allah saves you, and then you associate others with Allah, what about that? Then you invoke others. What about that ayat? All that I should have brought here, I haven't, but maybe the next time. So for now, briefly, just not showing you those ayats. Allah saves you from danger when you're in danger and all this. And then when you are out of danger, you invoke others or you associate others with others. What is it? That ayat. But look here, king chooses Yusuf for himself. A mukhlisin of Allah. Allah has stated in the Quran ayat in Surah Yusuf. And then Allah chooses Moses for himself. His service, own service, for my nafsi, for my soul, myself, I choose you. Who is Yusuf serving? The king of Egypt. Oh, this king, Al Malik Al Aziz. Anyhow, Surah 12, ayat 55. Joseph said, meaning Joseph, said, set me over the storehouses of the land, like the treasury and all. Okay, and I was it? What's my sorry, excuse me. Set me over the storehouses of the land. I will indeed guard them as one that knows, as one that knows their importance. Meaning, oh, well, let's put it that they have to put in brackets to explain further in detail, completely explained. Quran ayats. Allah has stated in the Quran, another ayat, Hafizun Alim. Who established Yusuf as the treasurer for the land storehouses of the land? Treasurer, guard them. And who chose for himself? The king did. What happens here? Yusuf then says, and thus, and Allah now says, not Yusuf, Surah 12, ayat 56, and thus we established Joseph in the land to settle therein, wherever he willed. This is really outrageous. Wherever he willed. We touch with our mercy whom we will, Allah says now. And we do not allow to be lost the reward of those who do good. Muhsinin. Al-Muhsinin. Ajra. Oh. We reward the Al-Muhsinin. Oh my goodness. Seems like this king of Egypt is Allah. But yet, something is going wrong here, and that the Satan in them is saying, "Oh, Allah established Joseph." What does the king say here? Indeed, you are today established in position and trusted. Established position. Ladaina makin. Amin. trustworthy, fully trusted, right? Trustworthy. Maqeen, Maqeen, Maqeen. What is it? Fully established? Makan. This King says, Surah 12, ayat 54. Surah 12, ayat 55. Embrace yourselves. No, Surah 12, ayat 56. Allah says, and thus we established Joseph in the land to settle therein. Wherever he will, established. Makana, Makana, Makin. Who makined him? Who established him? The king did. And Allah says here, Surah 12, ayat 56, and thus we established Joseph. The king and Allah are one and the same. So, thank goodness, since before they would have killed me long time ago if I had re-examined my Quran ayats. As a Shia in Pakistan, they would have killed me long ago. And if also thank God or thank whoever is divine or whoever is responsible for this, that no social media, the Sunnis kept thinking that if Shias have a different Quran, and how could I have shown all this to you? Thanks to the screencasting, YouTube, all these live streaming, YouTube, on YouTube, on Facebook, there's live streaming. They saved my life every day, my condition. Thanks to those who have saved and protected my life so that I could show you my findings, share with you and tell you, and then you decide, and let the leaders decide. Let the king of, right? Who are you? You couldn't save Yusuf. Your Allah couldn't save Yusuf, and he's saying he established Joseph. This means, see, ghaur kar, pay attention. The king said, bring him to me. I will appoint him exclusively for myself. And when he spoke to him, he said, indeed, you, meaning Yusuf, are today established in position and trusted. Maqeen. See this word maqeen, and Surah also, we got Surah Takwir ayat playing that on Quran.com. Maqeen. I keep mispronouncing it. Lenafsi. And Maqeen. Ladaina. Al-Yoma. This day, on this day, you are established. Secure position. Allah. Innaka. Lenafsi. Oh my goodness. Yet these prophets and all, what is wrong with them? Prophet Muhammad and Maqana. Allah is saying, I established Yusuf. So the king established Yusuf or Allah? Or the king is Allah? So that now, so then now Yusuf is called Al-Aziz. Sorry, mistaken. Allah's attribute also. Look at this. Who honored Yusuf? Who honored Yusuf? The king. The king did. Establishing him as Allah. Now see who honored Yusuf, but Allah still, they have to say that Allah has done it. When contradictions, when the king did it, without the king, where would Yusuf be? God knows. right? We don't know. Allah knows best. Allah, the All Knowing, knows best. But this is the Quran ayahs I'm showing you. They said, O powerful chief, Ya ayyuhal al-aziz. Now this is Yusuf, since the king has established him, made him in charge of his treasury, maybe a de facto ruler, don't know. But now he's called Al-Aziz. Surah 12, Ayat 78, they said, O exalted one, behold, he has a father aged and venerable. So take one of us in his place, for we see that thou art in doing good. Al-Muhsineen. This is for Yusuf. So now the Al-Aziz, this is an attribute of Allah, is given to Yusuf, and he doesn't say, no, no, don't call me this. This is only Allah's attribute. I'm not Al-Aziz. Doesn't even say for himself, don't call me this. And he's a mukhlasin. Surah 5, again, Surah 5, Ayat 118. Al-Aziz. Who is Al-Aziz? Surah 5, Ayat 118. Jesus tells Allah, if you chastise them, they are your servants. And if you forgive them, you are the Almighty, the Al-Aziz. Al-Aziz, the All-Wise, Al-Hakim. This is an attribute of Allah. And he uses this, one of this, in another ayat, he uses this attribute also with others, some other attributes of his, to say, exalted is he that they associate with him. That's why now some Muslims might turn this around and say, uh, I think associating with Allah is to worship another with him. No, no, it's also giving his attributes because the contradictions are coming up. A lot of contradictions with about his attributes. If you take that ayat where he says he gives his attributes also and says not only he's Allah, the one, or the Malik, so he starts he is Allah, the right, your and then gives his attributes and says, exalted is he above all that they associate with him. Above what they associate with him. Meaning, he has no, meaning that no one should have his attributes. But now this king has his attribute, and I've shown you also this. And Yusuf now has his attribute. It's called by Al-Aziz, Allah's attribute. In Surah 12, Ayat 78. So Surah 12, Ayat 100, and he raised his parents upon the throne and they bowed to him in prostration. Your religious scholars unanimously agree, all religious scholars, Islamic religious scholars, unanimously agree that Hazrat Yaqub, and meaning his parents, and the 11 stars, his brothers, they bowed to Yusuf, him, meaning Yusuf, in prostration, sujood, right? So this, when Allah says, only bow to me, then they say, well, this was changed. And some say, like Adam was, Allah commanded the angels to bow to Adam. It's like in reverence. This is not that sujood for Allah. So there's a difference, and this and that, but after Prophet Muhammad's coming as a prophet, this ended completely. It's not allowed. It's haram. This means some Sunni Muslims say this. in prostration. If you prostrate to a human being, here you are, according to Sunni belief, but Shia belief is different. Shia belief is still that this is not abrogated, and you can, for bow to, like the angels were asked to bow to Adam, and out of respect and reverence. Only like mukhlasin or, you know, khalifas chosen by Allah. In prostration, sujood. So, need I say more? I've already said a lot about this. Surah 12, ayat 100. And now, what is the ayat which says, bow, worship Allah, and bow to Him? Quran. Let me see if I can find it again. I did have it in my notes. Oh, believers, bow down, prostrate yourselves. Surah Hajj, ayat 77. Oh, you who believe, bow. This in ruku. And prostrate, sujood also, yes. Like in Surah Yusuf, ayat 100. And worship your Lord. And do the good so that you may be successful. So here it seems that the ruku and the sujood is for your Lord Allah, right? And this would be worshiping Him and worship. Okay, this has three. So all these, so the ruku to the Lord and the prostration to the Lord and worship to your Lord, or while and bow and prostrate while worshiping your Lord, God knows. Anyhow, but you do bow to your here. Wait a minute. Is there another ayat? Do you not see that to Allah? No, this must all those in this bowing. Yeah. Surah Fussilat ayat 37. It says, "And of His signs are the night and the day and the sun and moon. Do not prostrate to the sun or to the moon, but prostrate to Allah who created them, if it should be Him that you worship," right? So now it says directly, prostrate to Allah. And do this is how they write it in Arabic, meaning sujood or sajda, prostration to Allah, the one who created them, if you Him alone worship. So here it means only prostrate to Allah, the one who created them, if you Him alone worship. So it's for worship also. So don't do it to anyone other than Allah, meaning not the sun, not the moon. And His signs are the day and this. But do not prostrate to the sun and not to the moon, but prostrate to Allah, the one who created them. If you Him alone you worship. So sajda has to do with for sure with prostration, goes with prostration. Oh, sorry, sajda, prostration goes with worship, prostration to Allah, not to anyone. No, prostration goes with hand in hand with worship, meaning you have to prostrate. If you want to worship Allah, prostrate to Allah alone, right? Surah Fussilat, ayat 37. But now Allah has changed. From here, his parents and all, that's why his dream came true. That they can't say that They just prostrated to him, meaning God, because he says, and he said, "Oh, my father, this is the explanation of my vision of before. My Lord has made it reality, and he was certainly good to me when he took me out of prison and brought you from Bedouin life after Satan had induced between me and my brothers estrangement, meaning my Lord is subtle in what he wills. Indeed, it is he who is the all knowing, the wise." So his dream that the sun, the moon, right? Let me show you. Prostrate to him in the dream, and this became a reality. That his 11 brothers were the stars or the planets. Surah 12, ayat number, I'm forgetting. Just go there and see. So, Alif Lam Ra, these are the verses of clear book. Clear book? No, I don't think so. Not at all clear. Indeed, we have sent it down as an Arabic Quran that you might understand. And we relate to you the best of stories in, okay, before among that unaware of the stories mentioned when Joseph said to his father, "Oh, my father, indeed I have seen 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating to me." Sujud, sajidina. This means prostration, right? Now, how come the moon, sun, the moon, stars, it doesn't say, it says 11, Ashara, and 11, Ahad, 1 and 10. Yes. 11 stars, okay. Maybe planets, 11 planets, and the sun and the moon. Najam is stars, right? Oh. So his brothers stand for the 11 planets. His mother, father stands for the sun and the moon, like that. Personified, also that. But you see, you have been not properly done your research on this religion, blaming others. God knows what would blame. So, okay, this also. You haven't been like the planets personified. Allah is personified. His 11 brothers as planets or stars, and one of his mother, you don't even know which one is the sun and which one is the moon, whether the father is the moon and the mother is the sun. When you polities personify the sun, moon being human as human being, standing for those here as human beings. You know, this you take lightly, just like that. Oh, okay, the use of nothing to it. No, no. The 11 brothers were really the planets standing for personified as planets on earth. But you see, by giving grandeur to that Allah, you have not done enough, uh, given value, justice to what here personifies. Like, do you give enough value to Prophet Muhammad being mercy sent down for all the worlds? Alameen, not dunya, but Alameen, meaning the full of ilm of Allah, full of knowledge. Surah Anbiya, at which number is it? Well, so giving so much importance to that one Allah beyond everything, this, that, you have forgotten to give importance to the bounties of Allah, proclaim the bounties of Allah. Shirk, 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 shirk. Allah. A lot from these Orthodox Sunnis and Qatar Sunnis and Sufis, little less Sunni Sufis, and God knows the moderate ones are gone. They don't know their religion properly. Otherwise some ayahs you feel, oh shirk, yeah, yeah, do not invoke anyone other than Allah. And what's that other ayat I was going to search for before I forget? I wanted to in my other live stream, but I might forget. What was it? No, so very tired and very overwhelmed to see these stories. This is the first time I've done Surah Yusuf ayats like this. Another betrayal, shock, sadma. You see now what is the difference? The king could be Allah. Allah could be the king. And do not invoke anyone with Allah. Do not call on anyone. What was that ayat? Do not invoke. And what was do not invoke. What was the point there that I was supposed to search the ayat like this? One of the ayats, do not invoke with Allah. No, with Allah it's very rare in Quran ayat. But besides Allah. And do not invoke besides Allah that which neither benefits you nor harms you. For if you did, then indeed you would be of the wrongdoers. This is Surah 10, ayat 106. O believers, do not insult what they invoke besides Allah. Surah Yunus ayat, and do not invoke instead of Allah what can neither benefit nor harm you. For if you do, then masjids are for Allah, so do not invoke with Allah anyone. Here it's with Allah. Going back to my, oh, I've forgotten now. Sorry. I'll have to go through the whole notes then. Oh, when distress touches them and they when calamity or something, what is it? When Allah takes them out of distress, they invoke others or take partners with Allah. What is it? Let's see. Let me search it like this. Surah Ankabut, if they happen to be aboard a ship caught in a storm, they cry out to Allah alone in sincere devotion, but as soon as He delivers them safely to shore, is it like this? But when He delivers them to the land, at once they associate others with Him. Not even call on others here, but associate others with Him. Surah 29, ayat 65. You see? Now, who saved Yusuf? From the guile of the women, kept him in jail, said, okay, you go, you liking. You said, unless you avert there, I will become like them. Who protected him from their guile? When Yusuf prayed like this to his Lord. So then he told, and then who? Oh, so why shouldn't they associate with others with him? If you read Surah Yusuf, the ayats that I've just, and he told the king, make me a treasurer. He became Al Aziz also, like de facto ruler, right? and I established you, and I chose you for myself, the king says. Al Aziz, Al Malik, Surah Yusuf. And when they board a ship, they supplicate Allah. They do dua to Allah, right? They call on Allah, sincere to Him in religion. But when He delivers, meaning, no, meaning, or does it in bracket? They call Allah being sincere to Him in religion. Yes, not meaning. Deen, al-Dina, Deen. But when He delivers them to the land, behold, they associate partners with Him, meaning they associate partners. You're not even supposed to do this. How are you, how clear is Allah? In what manner, like associating partners with Him? Huh? Let's see, 66 of Surah 29. So that they will deny what we have granted them. They deny what Allah has granted them. And they will enjoy themselves, but they are going to know. They will enjoy themselves. So can we take this as under this circumstance, you're not supposed to deny what Allah has granted. This, if you associate, so that they will deny what we have granted them, they deny what we have granted them, and they will enjoy themselves. Do you think Al Aziz was, Al Malik was praising the Egyptian king before he made Yusuf established a king, a de facto ruler, treasury caretaker? How come he was made a king? And even, I don't want to go. Shall I go to Bilqis? So, and they may be ungrateful for the rescue that we granted them, and that they may revel in the pleasures. So, oh no, it could also mean this. This is a very, if the Shias would say that, read this in context, that when you should not forget. No, but they associate with Him. They don't forget Him. You see, they believe in Allah. So it's not like they're being ungrateful. Surah Yusuf ayat, most of them who believe in Allah associate with Him, right? It's not like they've forgotten, but Allah says so they will, so that they will deny what we have granted them. So even the associates, they believe in Allah. Here, you're not supposed to read the way I know that you would read now, trying to correct the ayat, trying to correct all the mean, what actually the ayat means. No, these you remember Surah Yusuf ayat, right? It doesn't mean that they forget Allah and they deny what Allah has granted them, right? Let's see, even if you take Surah Yusuf ayat, that Yusuf says, Allah established me. Oh, no, Yusuf doesn't say, sorry. Allah Himself says, we established Yusuf. But that king was not Allah, according to Yusuf and according to this Allah Himself. He wasn't Allah, right? So don't forget that. Yusuf should not have accepted him as king, as Lord, telling the inmates, his prisoner, fellow prisoner, mention me to your Lord, telling him, calling him Lord, uh, asking help from him, and telling him to make him the treasurer, telling the king, not God. Surah 12. And when the king established him for himself, let not say Allah didn't. Allah says that we established him. And most of them believe not. Most of them believe not in Allah, illa except while they associate others with him. Here it's with him. So this means that when they associate others with him, with Allah, Allah is saying they actually deny what we have granted them. So superficially, even if you take Surah Yusuf as like, oh, it's what Allah has granted me, I should thank Allah and not bring this, not thank the king who established me for his service, who freed me. He would have languished in prison if the fellow prisoner had not mentioned him, the one who was set free, to the king. The Lord, Allah was not helping him, freeing him. This ayat means that if you associate after Allah says making their devotion sincerely to Him. Now, if they embark on a boat, they call on Allah, making their devotion sincerely to Him. But when He has delivered them safely to land, behold, they give a share of their worship to others, right? Or this is what Yusuf Ali says. Yushrikun, give a share of their worship to others, meaning they remember them. What actually is worship then? If you take Yusuf Ali's translation here, oh, Maududi, at once they associate others with them, meaning they give a share. They give a share. That's all. You know, in brackets, it's put of the worship to others. Of the worship to others. Now, who gave a share of his worship to others? By prostrating, Hazrat Yaqub did, right? To Yusuf then. Look at that ayat. Because when Yusuf raised his parents to the throne. So even saying this, you've now there at least, Hazrat Yaqub was Hazrat Yaqub gave his share away of his worship to Hazrat Yusuf, his son, at that time. Surah 29 and 66, so that they will deny what we have granted them. Giving a share away in worship, in sujood. They did not do prostration to God. They did prostration to Yusuf from the dream. It's right, right? Standing for the sun or the moon, his parents, or both sun and the moon, and his brothers, the stars or the planets. And they will enjoy themselves, but they are going to know. How safe is Makkah? Anyhow, that's another thing. This ayat goes to another problem. So many such contradictions, do you see? Now I've shown you. Hope you cooperate and not come like these criminals harassment and misinformation, giving misinformation against me. And what is this again? Let's see. What is this big ass seat? I know this. Anyways, so look at these Muslims, and really the Hindus will never say a word to you. They might say, it's but they won't. You can say what you want against their gods and their goddesses, their avatars. So what's now? You see, we've got Imam Ali too in this. We caught him. Whoever said in what is he, or what he is. No, in what is he, and it is he who is in. Surah 43 at 84. Let me show you. Fi. For sure now we've got him. Ismailis, Shias, 12 Shias, Bori Shias, all Shias. And would like to help. Imam, I don't want to sound presumptuous, but I wanted to give him a birthday gift, like save him from this Islam altogether. And so it's coming near, and 13 December, His Highness Aga Khan, the fourth birthday. Wish him the best, long life, perfect health, beautiful family life, the best of life. But I hope he sees this. He's very accommodating, and but once you leave, like if you're an ex-Ismaili, be careful. If you leave Ismaili Islam, go to Sunni Islam or even Shia Islam. Okay, if you go to another mother, death penalty. If you now leave that, to be sure you'll be in forever. Have to be there. Otherwise, there's a death penalty, right? For those who leave religion. His Highness Aga Khan doesn't give you that. This also. Surah 43, Ayat 84. So it's very dangerous. I can see also another point that which I mentioned earlier, that these other, maybe polytheist chief or God came down, tried to tell them, but they wouldn't learn these prophets. I don't know why. They couldn't understand. Maybe there's something missing in them, that they feel that Allah alone and this and that, but obey us. We are the mukhlisin. They are the only ones getting wahi revelations from Allah. They have the sultanan. They have the hukum. They are given this. They are given all the power, like all the messengers of Allah. They are given a revelation, which then they can make it into a book if they like, compile it, put it into a book form. Surah 43 at 84. And it is, look here, and he is the one who is, and he, the one who is in the heaven. God, Ilah, God. This way it's put. It's ilah. Ilahun is actually a God. Allah is Al God. Okay, what is Ilahun? Is it deity? What the way who has put it? Sahih International has put it. And it is He who is deity in heaven. Ilahun, Ilahun, Ilah. Yeah. So this is not working. Otherwise, I would. If I play this, oh no. Ilahu. Okay, the N is silent in the end. Illahu. So I need to find out what actually is it a deity? So it is He who is deity or Allah or God in the heaven. It's in. Fi means in, right? In the heaven and God, sorry, and in the earth, God. Are there two gods different or the same God? Okay, no. When it starts, Wahawa, and He is, and He, the one who is in the heaven, God, He's divided Himself. God knows how this is. Maybe ex-Muslim Ahmad was doing this some time ago when I used to go to his live streams. So are there two? Has he divided himself? He is the one, and then he's a. This is very strange ayat. Anyways, he's in the heaven, God. Why does it put? Why is it put like this? He's in the heaven, God, and in the earth, God. And he is all wise. This doesn't make any sense then. His attributes, but catching him in this, Imam Ali. Do you see a Shia? It's very important, right? I hope this doesn't come up again. So, my stomach. Um, it is He who is deity in the heaven and on earth, deity, right? Right. This is the way Sahih International put it. In. What does Imam Ali say? Whoever said, in what is He, held that He is contained. Right? Where's the Najl Balagha? Whoever said, here it is, right? Whoever said, in what is He, held that He is contained. Now, Allah Himself says He is a deity in the heaven and a deity in earth. This is where I've really caught Imam Ali doing all the rest. Do you see his smileys? For you, now you see all that Tawhid, Waheed is gone. All your Tawhid is gone. What Imam Ali? Can you trust? It's gone. Ayat against it. What did our Imam say? If our riwayats, sayings, go against the Quran ayats, reject it. Now, what are you going to do? Your Imam is present. Allah is beyond existence. Here, ismailinosis.com. Here, we come back to this. Thank you, Ismailinosis also. And thank you, Shia Islam al-Islam.org. on Najil Balagha, that sermon one. Hello. Sorry. Okay. Say he is God. So they take Surah Ikhlas, and Imam Mahd al-Mu'i summons to the absolute oneness of God, Tawhid, the absolute al-Samad, Fatimid coin inscription. Note to reader, the article presupposes the existence of God according to classical theism. We advise our atheists and agnostic readers and those unfamiliar with the logical basis for the existence of God to first read our Proof of God's Existence article, right? The Islamic Shahada, there is no God except God, expresses the quintessential metaphysical insight of Islam and all authentic religions, the absolute unity of God. Reduce the concept of monotheism to one God in the numerical sense, where God is merely a supreme personal being ruling over other beings. Now you see, He's in heaven and in earth as deity. So, you can take that which has no second, does not enter into. This is about the numerical one, Wahid. And what has Imam Maulana Sultan Muhammad Shah Khan III said? Echoed the first Imam's words in his public memoirs, where he said that Islam's basic principle can only be defined as monorealism and not as monotheism. With such profound words, these two Imams, meaning Imam Ali, right, and Imam Maulana Sultan Muhammad Shah Khan III, Imam Ali. The real meaning of the phrase God is one was explained by Imam Ali ibn Abu Talib when just before the Battle of the Camel, a lowly Bedouin approached Imam and said, O Commander of the Faithful, do you say that God is one? I'm saying, do you say that Allah is saying God is in the heaven? So how can you say He's as deity? He's in the heaven. Now where's that I can find? Imam Muhammad al-Baqir, Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, sorry, Imam Ali ibn Abu Talib, I just jumped the gun. Additional, a number of eminent Ismaili Muslim philosophers. Absolute transcendence of God to be emphasized. Concept of God. Paris Conference. Absolute transcendence of God to be emphasized. And the Ismaili belief in God to be expounded in association with the general stress on the transcendence of God in the Quran, as exemplified particularly in Surat al-Ikhlas. Then you have a contradiction. The Imam of the time today, His Highness Khan the Fourth, right, repeatedly uses the term "He who is above all else." He who is above all else. Allah who is above all else. The Imam of the time. Who is the Imam of the time? His Highness Khan the Fourth. I am the 49th hereditary Imam in direct lineal descent from first Shia Imam Hazrat Ali ibn Abu Talib through his marriage to Bibi Fatima Zahra, our beloved Prophet's daughter. Imam Shah Karim al-Husseini Khan the Fourth. Right? He's the Imam of the time today, repeatedly uses the term He, meaning Allah, who is above all else. In his esoteric teachings, to stress the absolute transcendence of God above and beyond all limits and conceptions. Got it? Dr. Aziz Ismail explains, Ismaili scholar. Also, the meaning of the phrase, He who is, meaning Allah who is above all else, as follows. The ultimate reality is often conceived as transcendent or described as He who is above all else. Not because it is a reality spatially above the human habitat, but because it is above, i.e., goes beyond or transcends all human categories, being free from and prior to the dichotomy between subject and object. It is therefore also outside the frame of human discourse. Aziz Ismail. Oh my goodness. One Quran ayat destroyed all this. This, what I read out. Oops. So again, here, coming here to give you this, please read it again here. This destroyed. This meaning 12 Shia Imam Ali destroyed on Tawhid. That Allah should not be in any place. You should not this. What eloquence, what Arabic eloquence, peak of eloquence, meaning Imam Ali speak of eloquence. It's the peak of eloquence. And with my broken English and one ayat I found that it's destroyed all what I read. Meaning Imam Ali's Tawheed destroyed on this. Allah is not beyond all else. Oh. So here, this ayat. Surah 43 ayat 84. Oh. And it is He who is deity in the heaven and on the earth, deity. What? Happy birthday, belated. Imam His Highness Aga Khan the Fourth. It's gone, finished. Got your Imam Ali, right? Through one Quran ayat, finished. Just explaining Surah 4 ayat 131. In means, fi means in. All that is in the heavens, not of the heavens, and all that is of the earth belongs to Allah. All that is in the heavens and in the earth is better, right? Belongs to Allah. Let's see. In the heavens and all that is fi. Ma fi as-samawati wa ma fi al-ard. Right? In. Now, if you can digest this, Ismaili Shias, let's save your Imam. And save you also, because don't go, ex-Ismailis, don't go to Sunni Islam or Shia Islam. Please see this. What? How can I've looked at the in? It is He who is deity of the heaven, deity of the heaven, and of the earth, deity. I've even considered this. I tried to find of the, but I couldn't find it properly. Like I went, see, and then I got of the heaven or fee is in of the earth. Quran. I know there are wrong only Imam, your Imam, Ismail Imam, His Highness is the translator of the, like, explainer of the Quran, Arabic words, 50, and the earth we have spread out. Set there in mountains, west of, there are all kinds of things. Oh, Surah 15, ayat 19 in Quran.com. Let me search out Surah 15, Quran.com. Surah Hijr, ayat 19. Let's see. Therein, fiha, fi here is therein, but of is min. You see this? Therein. The God therein. The God of the earth can't be because the of means min here. Everything well balanced. Oh my God. And how else can I catch Imam Ali that he contradicts this ayat? And oh, and deity, illah, illah, illahu actually, just Quran word. Is it used against the polytheists or? Or this has like ayats in Arabic, any word do you accept? Mush. Here we go. Pop. Oh God, this is so terrible. Oh, there's something wrong with this. So it's very late again. Oh my goodness, I don't want to disturb my neighbors. Surah 15. No, no, sorry. Illah, Illahun, Quran. Why doesn't it? Quran word meaning. It's finished, isn't it? I just want to finish Imam Ali too. Sorry, I say Imam Ali, like the term is used throughout the Quran in passage discussing the existence of God or the beliefs in other divinities by non-Muslims. Oh, there is no God except the God, Allah. Oh, like this. And discussing the existence of God or the beliefs in other divinities by non-Muslims. There is no God, illah, except the God. Or there's no deity. Oh, it's put like this. What is, oh, like feminine is illahat, meaning goddess. And al-illahat, and God, Allah is thought to be derived from it in a proposed earlier form of Allah. Though this is disputed, Illah is cognate to Northwest Semitic El and Akkadian Ilam. Must be from God meaning strong. But how this, now what I want to know, Illah, there is no God. Okay, God, when it says no God, it's like in a negative form. Illah, and there is no deity except Allah. Oh, so Allah is better, right? How come this Quran corpus? Adam, it always gives me, sometimes I have to search this site. The word, oops, I know, oops, did I get it? Ilahun, word in Quran, meaning. This maybe it will come. Okay, let's see. Let's check. Illah and your Illahukum wa illah and your God is God. Illahun. No, no. It means God. Yeah, and not in a negative way. Wahid, one. This doesn't have al, and there is no God except Hawa, him. So yeah, it doesn't mean in a negative way. It does mean God, and not in a derogatory way. So we will go back to Surah Zukhruf, ayat 84. And he is the one who is in the heaven, not, it can't be of the heaven because then he belongs to heaven, and of the earth, and a God of the earth, of the earth. Oh my God, so he's in heaven and in the heaven, al samai. It says al, sorry, is in the heaven and God in the earth. Al ardi. Illahu. Illahu. So sorry, Shias, you tonight embrace yourselves, right? If you've come here, hope you get all the help from me, and hope you get all the support. And why would you be holding on to a false religion? So you see, Hazir Imam is present. You can't change this in your Najil Balagha 12 years. We saw that he repeatedly says that God is transcendent, above everything, above everything. Oh my God, so you can't say that he is. Meaning then, Hazir Imam, didi, हाजिर इमाम को पूछना चाहिए उनकी तो बर्थडे हाँ जैसे उनको हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू कहेंगे हम अभी ख़त्म कर दिया ना हम लोगों ने हाँ बिल्कुल डेरा तुमने तो कमाल कर दिया मैंने नहीं किया है तौबा करो बस ये कमाल हो गया what a thing has happened and look I mean Ismaili now there's available all on our fingertips right so easy. So what a time. What times also these are unbelievable. Screencasting. That's what times these are. It's shown the false religion. Imam Ali gone. Surah 43. Zukhruf ayat 84. More from the Christian, Rob Christian about an ex-Muslim Ahmed also. Who is the hour? Rob Christian, ex-Muslim. Jesus Christ knows. And no one knows when the hour will be. It's from Surah Zukhruf. Rob Christian has shown us something. And on this ayat, ex-Muslim Ahmad had some time ago shown us. So this, that you see your God is in the heaven and your God is in the earth. And he's an Arab, Syrian Arab. He knows Arabic. So it's finished, right? Please see this. So how, but I've had enough, but I'm here to support you, to always, and need support also. Like when I go through these, more ayats, oh no, let me just, I will be here. I will be coming. Let's see if I can take a break, give myself a break or not. Let's see about that too. So His Highness Khan the Fourth, I wanted to help, and he actually I wanted his, and he uh, I wanted to help him if I don't sound rude or presumptuous. And what else to forward? It's wrong. And I needed help from Ismailis about this, but I don't see any Ismailis here. Oh, they don't. Oh, I understand. I understand. Okay, thank you very much. You know how much, I don't know how much to thank you and if it would be enough. I don't know what to give you in return for all this that you have made possible. Oh, what divinity, what times, what divine times, what truthful times. Just at least now we can do this. And those who have lost their lives on this, ex-Muslims, salute. Oh, I don't know what to say to you. And the Shias who have in Pakistan, Smileys, and many, many 12 Shias for over many years in Pakistan. And your family's salutations. My heartfelt condolences, and more than I can say, but really sorry about this religion. It's not worth giving, not worth even giving your 1 second for this, to this. Let's find someone else. Find something else. You know, there's many things now. Thank God for that too. Thank you, healers, and so many science and uh, like Dr. Pillai wants to bring Hinduist Sanatan and this science together. Lots of help on YouTube. You can search, or thanks to all the ex-Muslims also who helped me, from whom I got help, went to their channels. Very good, very great. Abdullah Gondal, there was a time I used to say, they're going to say, do you know about this astronomy? There's so many things in the Quran, and you're telling us there's something wrong here? What do you know? This Quran is on biology and astronomy and cosmology, and spirituality and religion and morality. God knows how many subjects it has covered. All we thought, and more. One thing, just one ayat in the Quran. This means a lot, and it should. It means everything. This means goodbye, Imam Ali. Goodbye. How you have lied. And then, what is the cost against polytheists, against the Jews, taking Azra as the son? And the Surah Zumar ayat 4, why not? Allah can have a son if He intended to. He Himself says it. And against the Christians, right? So whatnot. But thank you so much. Okay, I'm getting congestion problem. I have to go now. Thank you. Thank you to all unseen, seen, those who have helped me, those who are helping me on this also. However, I stumbled upon it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough, and I don't know how to thank you enough. Thank you. Oh, but I just So wish you all the best in life. Let's search for something. And also these people here who come like this, really they've attacked some in Pakistan. They've attacked Sayyid Muzammil house when he was in there. His life is in danger. I think someone should force him to leave Pakistan, go to a safe country, protected. He's one in a billion. We really needed, Pakistan really needed a journalist like him, really needed one, much needed. So please do something, keep him safe, please. And his family was traumatized recently. It's happened. They barged into his house, trespassing and gun shooting in the air. What is all this? I can't talk much about it, but I have commented. Uh, m- so his family also safety and protection. First, I think they should leave immediately. Okay, I'm kind of not feeling well myself. Sorry, can't talk much about this, but it's forcefully Sayyid Muzammil go and his family leave Pakistan immediately, please. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help. I can't thank you enough though, but I don't know what to say. I wish you the best and only the truth. Live the truth and be with the truth and not this. See how they've lied and deceived us. Imam Ali saying he's with the truth and the truth is with Ali and Quran is with the truth with Ali and Ali is with the Quran. And how many Imams, 12 Imams, the 12 verse had Zaidi said how many from Imam Zain al-Abidin's son? Whose son Zaidi? Which Imam's son? And who became an Imam and is Ghaib, is in occultation himself. Then there are the Bori Shias. Oh my God. Oh, and how many Imams? All Imams. But this one, why should he lie? He should leave immediately this religion. Step aside. Maybe his sons would not. I heard this from, I think, oh yes, Sir Sultan Bhatia on Salim Lalani's channel from Shai or what's her name? The lady's name or him, that his sons don't want to get into this imam at this religion. Very good. Oh, I hope he doesn't choose his grandson now. So, but we're going to miss Koja Cindy and the Smileys. They were so. I don't want to think what missing this, but you know the is, but the, okay, just stop. Okay, I have to go now. I can't talk much. Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lots of love, loving regards. Let's help each other, reach out to each other, live a truthful, compassionate, loving life, humanitarian. And these religions have lied so much. I mean, this one is enough. I'm just disillusioned with the religions and all this. So please go to Jiddu Krishnamurti also if you would like. He's really good. He will show you in yourself. Go to his channels on YouTube, or if you like reading the book, buy his book, or online free now. Google search it. Thank you so much. I have to go now. Sorry. And thank you for the time you've taken. Oh, 3 hours, 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. And those who will be seeing this later, thank you so much for the time you have taken to be here all the time and to be for this year and take your time. Here